Hey everybody, it's Allie Edwards, and I'm back today with a look at week 38 in my Project Life 9x12 album for 2024. Diving right into this one, you can see that I have most of the pockets already filled. I'm going ahead and looking through my sentiment cards. So cards that all just have a quote on them or have some words on them. I'm looking for one to add into that bottom pocket there. So I'm reading some of those. Other things you'll notice on this one, I am using the banner flags from the September Stories by the Month kit. It has each of the days of the week and it says Monday was, Tuesday was. I'll be adding those directly onto my 4x6 photos. And then I have a card in there, a September Memories card that's from a past Stories by the Month kit that I will be adding a little bit of journaling on. One of the things that I was saying to myself as I was working on this particular spread is I was encouraging myself not to judge myself for telling a shorter story in this particular week. There are some weeks where I add in a lot of words. There are other weeks when I add in fewer words. Sometimes I'm adding them directly onto the photos. Sometimes I'm doing an insert. Sometimes I'm doing more journal cards. It's, just a wide range of different things can happen in this. And I think sometimes when I'm putting together a page like this that comes together pretty easily, my own self-talk is, this is not interesting and this is not inspiring. But what I want to say about that and what I want to say to myself is what's inspiring is filling in the pockets, right? What's inspiring is having photos printed and added into an album and adding a few reflections and different, thoughts about what was happening in this one particular week in my life, right? And I think that sometimes for some of us, especially people that have been doing memory keeping for a long time, and maybe for those of you that are new too, there are certain expectations or things that you think are supposed to happen, right? That you're supposed to have a story to go with every single photo, and you're supposed to have this, and you're supposed to do this, and it's supposed to be really crafty, and it's supposed to be all of these things, where the reality is what I really want is I want to end this year with the pockets filled in. I want to have some way to look back on the year and see the wide variety of things that happened in my life. I want to see the flowers blooming. I want to see some of the things that my kids were involved in. I want to see some of the projects I made this year. I want to see, my relationship with my pets. I want to see some of the things we were eating. I want to see evidence of what life looked like this year. And it's a good reminder to me that it can come together in such a wide variety of different ways, and I don't need to be judging myself when it feels less crafty. And for some of you, this may not be an issue at all, and you're just like, I just want to see anything. Anytime anybody does something, I want to see what that is. And in this time in my own life, what I want to do, like I said previously, is I just want to fill in the pockets. And that's what I'm doing here. I want to get pockets filled in. I want to have some representation over the course of the year. It doesn't have to be a story for every single photo, but I do want to have some of my own words added in. And like I said, some weeks will look different than other weeks. So that's my little reminder to myself and to you to not judge how you might be putting this project together, and just let it be what it is. Let it be what you have time for. Let it be an opportunity to reflect back on the different pieces in your life this year. Maybe you don't have enough photos for every single week. Maybe sometimes it's like, half of the spread is the photos that you have. I'm thinking a lot about that lately, and I think this is kind of the time of year when I start and when I think about that more. And part of it is because I'm often in this place where I'm wanting to fill in the pockets, and I'm just not wanting it to take a long time, and I want to have an album that is close to being completed at the end of the year, I think. And those are just my own things that I'm thinking about. You may be thinking about completely different things. You may come to this project each and every time you revisit Project Life, and you might be wanting that crafty break and wanting to make little collages for each of your photos and wanting to add in more patterns or more other things. That's kind of the beauty, I think, of what this is is that we each get to choose for ourselves in different seasons what we might want to do. All right, so I got all of those flags, those banner flags attached. Now I'm pulling out a sticker from one of our label sticker sets. This one had gold foil on it, so I felt like that went good with the gold that is printed on those banner flags. I'm adding in the date for the week there, and then I will be adding on my title 3x4 card there and slipping that back into the pockets. At this point in time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to add something to the banners. I was thinking that those banner flags, I was thinking I might add journaling on there. I might use a white pen. For the one that I did for Sunday, I actually just ended up trimming that down where it says Sunday was, and it's got a picture of the girls when we went to a University of Oregon volleyball game there. What I am going to end up doing is looking in my stash of word phrase stickers and using some of those and adding those onto the flags. But the first thing that I'm going to do is just add a little bit of journaling. And for this, in this case, I'm simply looking at the photos and reflecting back on some of the things from the week. We had tried to see the Aurora Borealis, see the Northern Lights one evening. I do end up getting to see them later on. You'll see that in a coming week. But we tried. And so I have a picture of trying that. Obviously pictures from volleyball, a picture of me and Betty hanging out together, a picture of some of my camera equipment as I was helping take some volleyball pictures. I've got some flowers in there because the flowers were still blooming. And then I've got evidence of Simon being over here. And those are some of the just kind of the little pieces of this particular week in this particular season. So underlining all of those, I'm going to slip that in. You also saw that I did trim those 3x4 journal cards into the tag shape because I wanted to maintain that from the other side. So I've got a couple of those. And here you can see where I'm pulling out some of the word phrase stickers. I'm ended up using some of the ones that have appeared in recent story kits and recent stories by the month kits, which is a horizontal version of these. And so I'm just adding some of those on, looking at the different sentiments that I have on those sticker sheets and seeing which ones could be related to, Thursday was learning, or Thursday was making, or let's see, what does that one say? That one I'm pulling off. Must have decided I wanted something else on there for that one. So different things. Keep on keeping on. That's what was Simon working on his homework, right? Cheering you on down there for a volleyball photo. So it's fun to look at the word phrase stickers and find ones that can relate to the sentiment or the story that I'm wanting to highlight on these particular photos. So I liked adding those on there. And that's really going to be it for this one. So in terms of design here, I've got the repeated banner flags. I'm adding the word phrase stickers on them. I added a sentiment card that's cut into the shape of the tag on the other side. I did a just brief September memories, and then I've got the date added in there. So pretty much completing this one. It can be as easy as this, I think, that's kind of what I want to say. It can be as easy as simply just filling in the pockets with photos and a couple journal cards too. And then you can have lots more playtime if you want to do that as well. So lots of different options for this project, lots of different options to be able to view 1 week in your life in 2024. All right, see you guys soon.